Alright everybody, welcome to Kraken Hunter Reviews. I am of course Anubis, and today what I'm going to be talking to you is about one of my all-time favorite things ever. And what I'm going to be talking to you about is the Joker. Not only just the Joker, but I have a statue right here that's a ArtFX Kotobukiya The Killing Joke's Joker, which is modeled after the graphic novel by Alan Moore, The Killing Joke. And I'm just extremely impressed by this statue. And now I'm going to go into detail about that later, and I'll go into detail about, but right now, I digress. Right now, what I want to talk about is, I want to talk about the Joker. Who is the Joker? I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody really knows who the Joker is. He doesn't have any other unknown aliases, which it mentions in The Killing Joke. Now, a brief history of the character. Everybody knows who he is, but nobody really knows. Well, I mean, some people know. That's just people like me and my good friend Carolina Hitman. But I digress again. Now, the character himself originated in Batman issue number 1 in the year 1940. Now, let's not get this confused, because now you're going to say Batman, well, that must be Batman's first comic book. No, it's not. The first appearance of the Batman is in 1939 in Detective Comic number 27. Now, the thing about the Joker is, from what we've learned from The Killing Joke in Batman issue number 1, that he was one of the Red Hoodsmen. Now, there were multiple. It was more like a kind of like a patsy thing for the mob back then. And what had happened was that Batman confronted the Red Hood, and he was like, "Oh man, you're going to jail." And guess what? Well, the Joker, or the Red Hood at the time, ended up falling into a vat of chemicals. Now, the chemicals, what they did was they bleached his skin, dyed his hair green, and made his lips blood red. Now, not only that, but they also gave him a smile that's stuck with him. You can't tell if he's pissed off, happy. It doesn't matter, because he's always got that grin on his face. And of course, I love it. I mean, I absolutely love it. I mean, I've got the character tattooed on my leg to show you how much dedication I have to this one character. You can't really tell if he's insane or if he's super sane. There's a whole lot of theories. There's theories on different Jokers, stuff like that. I'm not going to get into that, but I gave you the basic ideas, first appearance, and stuff like that. Now, what I really want to talk about is this statue in general and how much I love it. It is the absolute best Christmas present I've ever got, and the love of my life, my wife, Murky, gave it to me, which you could see in another video that we had. Okay, now I'm going to talk to you about some of the things I really like about this statue. And after that, I'm going to tell you about some of the things I don't like. Now, there's not many things that I don't like. I think I only got 2 complaints about this statue, for one. And I'm telling you, if you look at the statue, I mean, I really absolutely love the detail that went into it, because I mean, it was modeled after the cover, not to be confused with some of the stuff on the inside of the comic book. If you look at the cover right here, you notice there's literally not a fucking hair out of place. I mean, look at it. There's not one hair that's out of place on the Joker's head. And when I say that, see his hair right here? I mean, it's flawless. Him skimping on his eye, just like he did, squinting that one eye. And the grime in his teeth. The grime in his teeth are perfect. The details in the camera, it doesn't say wits like it does, but I mean, that's just minute. That's a little minute. And I mean, besides just that, we can go further down and look at the folds in the jacket, the buttons right here, and even the floral arrangement on his lapel, the pleats in his pants. I mean, all of this, it's flawless. Exactly what you would expect. Now, because it was a Christmas present, I don't know how much she spent, and I'm sure she didn't. I'm sure she spent enough on it. But I mean, if you want, you can look at the gloves and the detail in the gloves. Look, the seam right up here, the fold in the left hand. And let's go back here. Let's go in the back. Now, this right here, this is one of the complaints I have about the statue, which I'll mention a little bit later. See, like right here, right there, that was all my fault. Now, when I say it's my fault, I'll explain. I'll explain what I'm talking about, what I didn't like about it. But let's go back to the detail. The detail of the actual statue. I mean, you have the belt, you have his buckle right here, how it moves. See the seams, the folds in the jacket. And I mean, just the all-around craftsmanship of everything about this statue. I mean, look, he's even got his undershirt and the pocket folds. That's impressive to me. The buttons, the 2-button vest. I'm not a big fan of 2 buttons. I always like the 4 personally, but you know, it's whatever. We're gonna go a little bit lower with the statue and look at the bottom part, which I mean, I really enjoy that too. All right, now we're looking at the bottom part. Now, if you look at the detail on this one, the detail on this, danger, explosives written right here on the side, the detail on the woodwork. I mean, this right here, this little guy right here, this cherub henchman, he's in the graphic novel, by the way. So if you want, you can always fact check me, but I'll guarantee you, because I'm gonna have a little picture posted up here in a second. Now, and see, like the little dynamite right here that comes with it, and the little light right here. What that's for? The little spotlight. You see this right here? That is a motion sensor. I have it turned off right now because it's actually really fucking annoying. The reason that motion sensor is there is every time you walk by it, what will happen is that spotlight flashes and the camera will click. So, I mean, it's just the all around, and even on the cherub henchman, I mean, the statue itself is 11 inches tall. For them to put this much detail into something that small is just extremely impressive. I mean, we can go around to the back and you can see where the light connects with this cord here. And I mean, look at the cherub henchman's back and the wings and the little bow tie on his head. You know, these are some of the things that I absolutely love about this statue. Now that I've showed you what I really love about it, I want to show you about some of the things, which I only have really 2 complaints about what I don't like. And we're going to start that right now. All right, now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of the things that I don't like, which I pointed out to you earlier, right here. Now, what I don't like is how the statue itself is so fragile, because when I was putting this in my actual curio cabinet, I accidentally brushed up against one of the slots, one of the mirrors, and that's what it did. I mean, look at how bad of an indentation it made right here on the elbow and the shoulder, and that really upset me. I was disappointed in myself. I knew I shouldn't have done it, which would, you know, with how fragile these things are, I should have expected it, and I should have been a lot more careful. So I'm not gonna say that was anything that like Kotobukiya or ArtFX did. Now another thing is I'm sure all statue collectors have to agree with me, is I had to put this together. I did not enjoy putting it together because, like I said, it's extremely fragile. I'm gonna show you just exactly. I mean, look, I can literally take the Joker off. See? And I did not like that because I felt like if I moved it too hard, I would scratch every bit and ruin the entire statue. Which I'll put it back later because I don't want to scratch it. I might have to be real careful. I can't do that on screen. But all in all, I would have to give it a 96%. And that's extremely high for me because, I mean, when it comes to characters that I absolutely love, I want them to be flawless. And those two little things that I didn't like, that's really minute compared to some of the other stuff that they could have done. Like, I mean, hell, they could have turned the fedora purple and not match the comic book. But, you know, I give them props. They went out on a limb and they did it just like the cover of the comic book. So I'm extremely happy about that. And like I said, you know, I give it a 96%, and it's such a great statue, and I enjoy it every day. I mean, I look at it every day. So anyway, I am Anubis. This is my review on the Joker statue from The Killing Joke. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment, whatever you want.